Hey there, GM owners. Today in your 2021 GMC Sierra 2500, we're going to be taking a look at and showing you how to install TorkLift's front tie-down set. And this is what our tie-downs look like when they're installed. That's right, they are a custom mounted bracket that are tucked up underneath the vehicle here, so when you're not using it with no camper on it, you can't even really tell that they're there. They're hidden underneath the step right here. And this is our attachment where we'll put the arm that slides in, and this is the bracket that is custom fit that attaches right to your frame. All the holes in our bracket line up with existing holes on the frame, so it makes the installation extremely easy. There's a couple of bolts you'll have to feed into those holes, and you'll reuse some factory hardware, and it attaches and gives you a nice solid point right there. That's not going anywhere. When you're ready to attach your camper to your truck, you will need to slide the arms in. This part here needs to be at the top, and you'll get stickers with them so you can label them so you can get in the appropriate location. You'll also notice on the side that we've got two holes here, so we can choose two different depths depending on our camper, whichever one lines up best with it. So we're going to go ahead and slide ours in. We're going to be using the closer set of holes. It's going to bring it closer to the vehicle, and we'll secure it with the included pin. This will just slide on through and attach. And now we've got a nice secure point for our camper to attach to. You'll receive a set for your driver and passenger side in this kit for the front. If you need a set for the rear for your camper, you can also get those here at eTrailer. And if you're just first looking at a set and you haven't really made any decisions yet, you've got no options on how you're planning on putting it on in your mind yet, you can get this kitted together with everything, so that way you've got everything you need. Add a set of turnbuckles to it to attach it to your camper, and you're good to go. We have many different turnbuckle styles here at eTrailer as well. You can get an economical solution that might take a little more time to get it attached. We've also got some very nice fast operating ones, so you can easily get those on and off really quickly if you're somebody that maybe just throws that on for a weekend trip or something and needs it back off to use their truck bed once again. And to protect your investment, the entire assembly here has a black powder coat finish on it. It's got a textured pattern to help it kind of match the look of your vehicle, and this will protect it against corrosion so you can ensure you've got long-lasting operation of your tie-downs. And since the brackets are custom fit for this particular vehicle, they're extremely easy to install. If you follow along with us, they'll be installed before you know it. We'll begin our installation on the driver's side of the vehicle. We're just in front of the rear tire. Here's our leaf spring where it attaches. This is the front of the leaf spring, and our bracket's going to mount pretty much right in front of that. We'll start by removing a factory bolt where the bed attaches to the frame of the vehicle. We're going to use an 18mm socket to do so. You do want to retain this bolt. We will be reusing it. Next, we'll be feeding our hardware into the slotted hole located here. It's pretty much straight down and slightly in front of the bolt we just removed. We'll use the reverse fish wire technique to do so. So we're going to start by taking our coiled end here. We're going to slide on the small spacer that comes in the kit. We'll then put on the star washer, and we'll then thread on the longer bolt that comes in our kit. We'll then thread these in. You'll have to do them likely one at a time in order to get them to fit. And then just pull the fish wire back out through the hole. We'll then take the larger spacer plate here. We're going to slide this over the end of our coiled wire, feed it all the way up, and then it's just going to sit on our bolt right there. We can let this just kind of hang out there for a second. We'll now take our bracket for the driver's side. We're going to feed our coiled end through the slot towards the front. And if we look at the shape of our bracket here, so we can guarantee this is the driver's side, the flat side is towards the front, and the side that has the little divot that sticks out here is towards the rear. We can then lift these up. I like to just rest it on the head of that bolt there. That'll help support the weight, and then the top bracket here is going to go right back into that factory attachment where we'd remove the factory bolt. We're even going to reuse the factory bolt to make that attachment. Now we've got that bolt installed up there loosely. That'll hold our bracket up. We can then come back and remove our fish wire. We're going to unthread it. I don't recommend pulling it off because you need to use this over on the other side, so I'm trying to save the coiled end so we can use it over there. And I'm putting a little side pressure on the bolt. That'll help keep the bolt, prevent it from falling back into the frame, and will also let me get my hardware fed on. So we're going to start with a flat washer and follow that up with a lock washer, and finally with a nut. Our other hardware goes in this hole here, so we're going to take the shorter bolt that comes in our kit and we're going to put a star washer on it, and this feeds in from the back side. There is enough room where you could probably stick your hand back in there, but it's a little tight. So rather than try to fight it in there, we are just going to reuse our fish wire. So we're just pushing that through that hole. It'll come out on the other side here. And then we'll just quickly attach our bolt to it, and then we can pull it back through. And we're once again going to remove our fish wire, and then we'll use the same hardware that we used on our other bolt to secure it. So that'll be flat washer, lock washer, and nut. We can now go back and snug down our hardware. We're going to use an 11/16 socket for the bolts that come in the kit. And sometimes you'll have these where the star washers don't want to grab. If you push on the side of it, kind of like we were doing before, and you get the nut to put a little pressure on it, usually it'll grab then. There we go. And of course we'll use the 18 that we used to remove the factory bolt to snug it back down. And then we can go back and torque all of our hardware to the specifications found in our instructions. Now that we've got everything torqued down, the installation of our bracket's complete. This is what your vehicle will look like when you don't have your camper on it. It's just going to be down here. It's almost unnoticeable, and the black powder coat hides it real well. But when you're ready to use your camper, you'll want to slide the ends in. You'll see there's two holes, so you can choose the distance that you want, whether you want the further position or the closer to the vehicle position. We're going to put it in that position, but that's going to vary depending on the camper you've got and where it attaches. Slide our pin through and attach it, and that'll secure our tie-down point. The arms are not side specific, so you can slide this in either side. We just want to have this part here at the top. And then you do get some stickers in your kit. This will help label it so that way you don't mix up your arms. Now, even though they're not side specific, the rear set is typically different than your front set, so this way you don't mix up your front and your rear set if you do have both. We've gone ahead and put both on this truck here, and they are different for the custom fit brackets on this truck. And that completes our installation of TorkLift's front camper tie-down set on our 2021 GMC Sierra.